Mason Buttle is in seventh grade. He isn't your typical seventh grader. He's the tallest, biggest kid in the class, and he has a medical condition that makes him sweat a lot. And Mason can't read very well or spell. At the spelling bee, when he's given the word stopped, he spells stupid with two O's. You can bet the kids who pick on Mason love that. Mason is a target for kids at school who like to bully him. So Mason doesn't go to the lunchroom, and he gets hassled in the halls and on the bus. The boys who play lacrosse shoot balls at him and old rotten apples when he gets off the bus. At school, Mason hangs out in the swoof room. That's the social worker's office run by Miss Blinny. She's nice to Mason and always smiles to welcome him. Other kids hang out there too, and they all have their own problems. Some of them use a computer and a tool called the Dragon. They talk to the Dragon and it writes down their words. Things at home aren't great. Mason lives with his grandma and his Uncle Drum. His mom died in an accident when he was 6. His gramps died too. Mason calls their house the crumble down because nobody's taking care of it anymore. Nobody is taking care of their apple orchards anymore either. Uncle Drum sold a bunch of the orchard off to developers. Now he spends all day at the diner. Every year the trees still blossom and the apples grow, but it isn't like it used to be. Then there's Shailene. Uncle Drum brought her home from the diner one day, and she hasn't left yet. She likes to buy things that get delivered by Gerald on the UPS truck. Mason still loves the orchards, but when he looks at them, he can't help but think of his best friend Benny. Benny died in the orchard. Mason and Benny had built a tree fort in the orchard. One night, Mason jumped out of the tree to go home for supper. Benny stayed behind. When they next found Benny, he was laying on the ground underneath a tree, dead. The top rung of the ladder broke and Benny fell. Mason was the last person to see Benny, so Lieutenant Baird keeps coming around asking questions. He's sure that Mason knows something he's forgetting to tell. Things aren't so bad. Mason has a new friend named Calvin Chumsky. Mason and Calvin stick together and find a new secret place to call their own. The Drinker family at the bottom of the hill has a dog named Mooney who likes to escape and come visit Mason. When the Drinkers go on vacation, Mason gets to take care of Mooney. Mason thinks Mooney is the best dog ever, and Mooney seems to love him too. Then one day, Calvin disappears, and everyone starts to ask questions again because he was Mason's friend. Mason starts to realize people think that he had something to do with Benny dying, and now with Calvin disappearing. Do they think he killed Benny? Here comes Lieutenant Baird again. So what did happen? Do they find Calvin? Is he dead too? Was Benny killed, or did he just fall? If he was killed, who would do that? Mason knows he didn't do it. In order to find out, you'll have to read The Truth as Told by Mason Buttle.